For the very best in slot car miniatures and drivers for your 1/32nd scale slot cars, visit Immense Miniatures at immenseminiatures.com. Well, it's Sunday slot car fun, and boy, I had a great Christmas this year, and I really hope that you did too. Year before wasn't so stellar. This year really made up for it. It was great to have a good friend over yesterday, and Mary and I had a lovely dinner. We had our Thanksgiving dinner on Christmas because, of course, as some of you will recall, I was pretty sick on Thanksgiving, so our turkey stayed frozen, and we had a lovely holiday meal yesterday. So, and I hope you all did too. And I hope you all had got lots of slot cars and cool toys and new tracks, accessories, and all that kind of stuff. And yes, probably socks and underwear and pajamas too. So it happens. I even got pajamas. I got Star Trek pajamas, but I love them. I also got a blanket that I should be showing you right now. This is wonderful. It's a nice, soft blanket that old guys like me love getting under, sitting on the couch, and tonight watching Ford versus Ferrari. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. So tonight, I'm going to pay to watch it. We have a big screen setup and surround sound in our home, and I'm going to crank it up anyway and wear this. And hopefully this will give me good luck at the Far Out Slot Car Club races to maybe get a checkered flag once in a while. I haven't got one yet. Anyway, so I got that. I love it. I'm going to keep that on my lap right now because it is cold out here. And then I got, and it's in my wallet already, this lovely gift from Mary. And it's a membership to the Murphy Auto Museum. And it's a local museum where we have Cars and Coffee event every month and other events. And there's all kinds of really cool old sports cars there. Everything from XK Jaguars to Austin Healey, you name it, it's there. And when we have the events, I think some of you follow me on the website, and you've probably seen all the incredible cars that were there, including my very own 1985 Nissan Z. So that was really cool to get. Thank you, Mary. Okay, moving on. This is going to be a short one today. I've been trying to make them shorter. It's hard, but John, you say that you go on too long about things. Well, I got you beat on that. So we're going to try to trim it down. Of course, I'm talking about John Kitt. Who else? He's wonderful, and you should watch his show. If you haven't watched John Kitt on Facebook, you need to. There are several people that I really enjoy watching. He's one of them. Never miss Dave Kennedy, either his live stream or Slot Car News, which is something I look forward to every week. In fact, you can buy him a cup of coffee, become a member, and support what he does. I would highly recommend that. And I'm forgetting someone. Oh yes, that's Slot Car Guy. My God. He's terrific. You want to get inspired about the hobby? All three of these guys will do it. And then, of course, there's Harry Weiss. The list goes on, but these are the biggies, and these are great guys, and I highly recommend you, if you're watching this and you don't know about them, you really need to go pay attention to those guys. What are we going to talk about today? Well, I thought about that because I don't have any new cars coming in right now or anything like that, but I will, because January 1st, I'm getting myself an SCR, or is that an SRC? You tell me. I forget right now. I don't have access to things. So, but I am going to get Porsche 914. I've been dying to get one. I'm going to get one. So, what I'm talking about is George Turner. Now, George Turner is a very skilled craftsman, car maker, slot cars, 1/32 scale, and I think he's done some 1/24 scale, and you can see the link to his website right here. Go check it out. George is a fantastic guy. He only makes so many of the kits, and then he discontinues them. So if you see something you like, get it while you can. His prices are very reasonable. I mean, considering the amount of work that goes into producing one of his cars, and they're all handcrafted. There's very little 3D printing. The bodies are all handcrafted, old school, the way car bodies used to be made, and sometimes still are. depends. You see, the whole idea behind handcrafting something is that we enjoy doing it. We have the skill, the craftsmanship to make something with our hands. So although I get asked all the time, why didn't you 3D print that? Why didn't you 3D print it? I don't own a 3D printer. I have friends that do, and when I need a steering wheel or some little tiny part, a mirror or something, I'll have them do that. But when it comes to making bodies for anything, whether it be slot cars, submarines, model airplanes, I prefer the joy and artistry of making it myself. And that's why we do that. Not just because we're old, but because we like to do it that way. And, you know, 3D printing just sort of takes all the fun out of it for us, you know? So, you know, and plus then you have to go into AutoCAD and make a mesh and all that. And I know how to do all that stuff. I just prefer not to do. So now you know. You want to ask that question again, why don't you 3D print this stuff? Because I like to. And here's a perfect example of one of his cars that is not 3D printed. And this is the Lotus 40. Or is it 49? I'm drawing blank. There's so many numbers, but I believe it's the Lotus 40. It's one of my favorites in the world. And we're going to take a look at this car. We're also going to take a look at his BRM, which is another fantastic car. And we're going to look at this incredible Le Mans winner of a Bentley that actually won in its class that year. And I forget the year, I think 51? Could be wrong. Incredible car. I still haven't finished it entirely, but I'm going to take these apart, at least take one of them apart, and show you what goes into his kits and what you can expect. Now, of course, things like the wheels and tires, he all recommends, and I've been getting all of these things from Pendle, but you can also get some of these things from John Warren in New Zealand. So let's take a closer look at these cars. So here is the Lotus 40. And again, I love this car. In fact, I have a 1960s rust kit right here that I got from my local hobby shop. It was given to me by Vern Morseman at Ventura Hobbies. This was part of a estate. I got a number of these cars, and of course I found the exact body that was supposed to be used on this car from the 60s. There's a gentleman on eBay that has got hold of the old original 60s bodies, and I'm working on this one slowly but surely. I got a driver from it, again from Immense Miniatures, and I'm going to finish this car off. It runs very well. It's very old school, rust kit motors, which I just loved when I was a kid. It's so cool to have this car from my childhood. That being said, when I saw this on George Turner's site, I said, geez, I've got to have this car. I mean, it's just really amazing. A beautiful thing. I'll bring it a little closer and hopefully it'll focus. So he does such a great job. And we're going to take this apart and show you what it looks like on the inside. There's all the stuff that makes it work. And all the materials that he recommends came from Pendle. So we've got a metal, anodized, crown gear, and then we have a brass pinion. All the tires are rubber and aluminum wheels with the inserts also from Pendle. I got the correct size tires, correct size wheels, all from Pendle. And the thing that's great about Pendle is, besides just great customer service, great communication, is that Pendle somehow magically gets everything to me and has continually done so using the Royal Mail in 7 to 8 days, which is really quite amazing. Now the frame is beautiful. It's also resin. I painted it black so it doesn't look like it's resin. You see we've got nice brass bearings in here. The front wheels and axles are adjustable. He's got, so you can actually adjust those up and down. I mean, George knows his cars. He knows what people like us like in a slot car. This is a high-end slot car, in my opinion. and well worth every dime I spent on it. So that's basically what's in all of his cars inside. What I want to do now is show you some of the other ones close up. I'm not going to take them apart, but what I am going to do is, if I can get it back together without breaking it, is show you the cars up close, and then we're going to put them on the track and run them. Now this is the 1950s BRM. Excuse the dust, it's pretty dusty in here. And likewise, this car too, I will take it apart, why not? Since there's only 2 screws. There we go. Got it. So we did have, this came apart on me. But anyway, you can see this, and this piece right here, of course you can't see it because I'm blocking it. This piece here is what's come loose. And I'm not sure where the screw for it is. But there should be a bolt that goes through this and locks this down, which is not currently here. So I'm not sure what happened to it. But you know how slot cars are. So that goes there. It may be that, yeah, we're missing a nut and a bolt there, which I'm going to have to find. But again, you can see how this frame is built. And I don't know if he 3D prints these or what, but again, we have the bearings. Everything's aluminum. We've got a nylon crown gear and a pinion on it that is brass, typically brass. So, but I'm not sure what happened to that bolt. I'm going to have to find out, because here is, of course, the bolt that holds that down. So now I got to find something to match that, but I'm sure I will. Here is the Bentley, and I am not going to take the Bentley apart. Okay, but it is a gorgeous car. And it's not what I typically build. Of course, the wire wheels and the rubber are from Pendle, as are all the internals. And again, you can see the motor pod there, and which it has some float in it. When you can, it's all adjustable. I see here that we do have 4 screws to hold this body in. And that's the other thing too, is that the insides of his bodies are really nice. The other thing is the insides of his bodies are evenly classed and have an even thickness, and they're probably a cord mold. I'm sure they are. That's how he's got the post. And they're very easy to work with. Let's go run some cars. So we're going to run the Lotus 40 first, grabbing the right controller. Oh, that's the, I think I know by now. Okay, here we go. Now, I haven't cleaned the tires or anything. This thing just runs terrific, and it really stays nice. I don't know what tires these are. It's what George recommended. This car runs just terrific. So that's that one. And now we're going to run this one in, and what I have on here, the guide I use the braids that come with it, and they're really heavy. This is better for a 124 scale car, so it does have a tendency to pop off, so I need to put the slotted braids on this, the thin stuff. It'll work a lot better. I'll see if I can get around the track without coming off. You kind of want to just drive it slow and appreciate it. But it will get on the step pretty well. The BRM back together, I'll run that too. And here's the BRM. Man, I got it back together, and this car is fabulous. It runs so well, and it's got a much stronger motor in it. I think that was because the one that he recommended wasn't available, and I got a higher RPM motor. But I could run this all day, and it is so smooth and corners so well. And again, the tires and the wheels all came from Pendle, and the tires are fantastic. I got to find out, go back and look and find out what these tires are, because right now in our club, the Far Out Slot Car Group club that I race with, we are trying to find new tires to use, and I believe these are rubber tires, and they're fantastic, and even when they're not clean, they grip well, and I think this is what we need to move to. So real pleased with these cars. George Turner makes a fantastic car, and he's got quite a few. So go check them out. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the Sunday Slot Car Fun, and this is the last one of the year. So hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you then. And thanks so much for your support. And you can also go to my buy me a coffee, which I also have if you'd like to subscribe or help support these videos and all the other videos and postings that I do showing you how to make things like slot car bodies and that kind of stuff. It is so greatly appreciated. Thank you for all the likes, and thank you for all the subscriptions. My God, I'm almost up to 4,000 on YouTube. That's just amazing to me. I love you guys. Thank you so much.